last time we did it, we went to like multiple destinations or whatever.
We did. Yeah, I don't know. So it says that we're live, so I'll check on our YouTube channel. Right? So yeah, I'll just go into YouTube on my other device and see what it looks like.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, we're learning how to do this, so.
We are learning how to do this. It's like weirdly like hard. Like because we had problems last time, and then like when I did a live stream with Jamie last week, it didn't go straight to my channel then either. So
Weird.
I know because it looks like we have it right when we go in. So hi everybody, if you can see us, we're just trying to figure out how to like go live more often.
Okay, I think I figured out how to get it to the video, to the thing that I pressed, to the thing I set up earlier.
Okay.
I clicked it according to the view thing, nobody is here yet.
Okay.
Okay, so I clicked edit and then I was able to click the other live stream thing.
All right.
So I was able to, yeah. Okay, cool. Listen, I think we made it happen, so that's all that matters.
We did. Hi, Jonathan.
Hello.
Glad you're here. Thanks for being here. We're just trying to figure it out.
I think we got it.
Yeah, you think so?
I think so. I mean, yes, I do. I think so.
Okay, because let me see. Let me click our thing. No, see on here. All right, I'm gonna leave us a little message.
It's not working in the link I made earlier.
No.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just have to look into the right way to make those preview video links.
Yeah. Hang on. I'm leaving a message over.
Let the people know.
Yeah. Hang on.
Okay, I'll do that too. Bloop.
All right. Okay. It's too bad because we keep having these cute thumbnails and we don't get to use them.
Damn it.
I know. We'll get it figured out. So how's it been?
I would just say at least we get to use it for promo. So we
Yeah, that's right.
use the post.
That's right.
Things are okay. I don't know. I feel like stuff's been kind of like weird and intense. All these like eclipses or whatever have been happening.
Oh, right.
I feel like a lot of people have been like quitting their jobs. And I don't know. It's just been a weird time. How about you?
Sorry, I was looking at something. I'm doing okay. I've been super busy, so I'm like tired, but I'm like good, kind of. I mean, for the most part, yeah. I don't know. I want to hear about everybody quitting their jobs, but also on this channel, you got to make people a mod.
I do. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how to do that.
I think from your end, if you press those on YouTube, if you press those three little dots that are like when you see a person's comment and then there's three little dots at the end, you hit those three little dots and it should say make them a mod.
Okay. I'm in the YouTube. Add moderator. Jonacide is now moderator for our channel.
All right, Jonacide.
Thank you. Yeah, the way all this setup and stuff has been so confusing. Like I'm so over not being able to be in person doing stuff.
I know. I know, but it looks like, I don't know. It looks like it's still going to be a minute. It looks like there's another round coming.
Yeah. I mean, people are doing stuff in town, but like traveling seems really crazy and
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird. Oh my god, my pothos is dying. It's
I
okay.
did get some glitter in there, genocide. See? I do have some glitter
Oh
in there.
my gosh, you look so pretty.
Aw.
I feel
Hi.
like I just walked out of a dumpster.
No way. No
That's how
way.
I feel. Hello, Eileen. So how's life up in Northern from me? Or is it
It's
very cold up
okay.
there? Yeah.
It's cold. It's back and forth every other day. I get to have my door open still. I always like to have my door open as much as possible. Even if I'm like really cold, I still it has to be really frigid for me, or like scalding, scorching hot, or like really, really cold for me to want to shut my door.
Yeah. Gotta keep the
Yeah.
breeze coming in. That's nice.
Yeah, I just like all the stuff. I like the birds and I like the winds.
Yes. Plus, the squirrels that come to you need to feel comfortable. And if you have an open door,
Yep.
the squirrels will feel more comfortable
It's true.
approaching you.
The birds also. The birds like to fly in and out. Yeah, we have a
The
nice.
birds fly into your house?
Yeah, pretty regularly.
That's amazing.
It's
Which kind? Do you
amazing.
know what kind of birds they are?
Well, there's a bunch of little brown like wrens here. I'm not exactly sure what kind of wren they are. There's some like North Carolina wrens, but then there's some other like little brown wrens. There's a lot of those. They come in a lot. But I had a red cardinal that was coming in last year.
Wow.
It was so cool. And like getting on my table and like, looking at me or like whatever. I always want them to move in. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes the robins will come in.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I got a hummingbird in here one time too last year. I had a little I have a little hummingbird and like I'm pretty good. Like for the most part they fly in and they fly back out, but every once in a while one will get confused, and they'll bang their feet in the
Yes.
window, right? So I've gotten good at like if you put your hands around them but you don't touch them, but you put your hands around them, they'll start to calm.
The hummingbirds?
Any kind of bird, really. If it's small
Interesting.
enough, I guess. Yeah, like so you don't have to touch them. Like they'll start to calm. It's like if you can get your hands kind of around them in the right way. And then so like I did that with the hummingbird, like and it like calmed itself. And then I kind of went in to see if I could like cup it. And as I was like going in, it got on my finger.
Wow.
It was amazing, and I could feel its wings like going so fast, but then it was like so light. I could feel
Yes.
its little talons around my finger. Like I could feel it, and then I could feel that air. Like it was holding still, but its wings were going so fast. And then the feathers like on its tummy, it felt like fur.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
It was so cool. So, but that cupping thing, like, don't get me wrong, everybody, it doesn't always work. But if you do want to try to help a bird, you can try that first.
Do you self-identify as a druid?
I don't, but you said that to me the other day, and I was
I
like,
did.
well,
I don't even remember,
if
but
they live in the woods, basically, if they live in the
I
elements,
know. I mean, there's a lot of elements I feel like that make me feel like you live a true traditional druidic life. I mean, a druid who like is into technology because you like
I do like it.
are a hermit. You live like in the woods. Very cool goals. Hope to get there myself soon. You read a lot. You
It's true.
read more than like probably anybody I know except for my sister-in-law, and you do read more than her. And you like
Because I
practice
don't read
all your
as much, but I wear what?
I was saying you maintain your practice
That's
all
true.
the time, and you got freaking birds flying in and out of your
I do have freaking birds flying in and out of my house. No, it's true. That's one of my favorite places. The funny thing is like I don't live in the woods, but it seems like I do, and like
Right. You like emotionally live in the woods. Like
I
I
do.
feel like that maybe sounded mean, but I obviously meant it as a compliment.
I love it. Even like it's funny because even I kind of feel like I live in the woods, but like I don't. I just like I live in an urban area that but I where I'm able to have a fire pit and there's tons of like big trees and I'm not far from the river, so I get all kinds of like stuff here, you know? And like and it makes it seem like I'm in the woods. But I
Yeah,
do have a fire pit. That's a big deal.
yes, I am like very excited to hopefully, soon if I do get to move, because
Yeah.
I do have a loose plan to move to the woods.
Yes.
Hopefully within the next year. And the fire pit is like definitely like number one. Like when I was in Vermont for like a month over the summer, we had fires like every single night because it's like the best entertainment. Like I wouldn't need a TV if I could like make a fire every night because it's like just the ultimate entertainment. It's just like limitless entertainment. Like I just stare in a fire and I'm just like
Uh-huh.
transfixed for hours.
It's the truth. Fires are so good. Yeah, fires are great.
Yeah, especially because 'cause I'm a fire sign.
Oh, right. Like a weed
Okay,
swamp.
genocide, it would be the woods. Yeah, it would be the woods. Hopefully avoiding the swamp, hopefully avoiding any flood zones, is the goal.
Yeah, anything damp, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I love humidity, but no, I definitely don't wanna live on land that, like, holds a bunch of water when it rains. Because I don't want any of the buildings on it to flood. Duh. That's what we're trying to leave.
We're trying to let that life go behind us.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
we're
a
trying to
fire
avoid.
pit's a wonderful thing. It is a wonderful thing. Everybody should have one. If you can. Or like Eileen said, she has a cauldron.
Ooh, that's interesting. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, don't like if you have a cauldron, are you burning things inside the cauldron, or are you like using like putting a fire underneath it to like heat stuff up in the cauldron?
Hmm.
That would be my question. Oh yeah, Michelle, how are the fairies doing?
I
Let's just pin this. Let's just go ahead. Wait, how do I pin the comment?
I
I
don't
have
know.
my full screen now.
Are you? I can do it.
Oh, yeah, you do it. I don't know if I can do it anymore. But
Oops. Hey.
yes, this is the question.
Yeah. How are
Good
the fish?
question. Hellhammer.
That's right, Hellhammer. Oh my god. Um, Fairies are doing pretty good. I'm expecting them to get a little bit more active inside my house now. They've been outside all summer, and they have a couple of nice gardens. They have a really nice. My fairies have a really nice camper that they they have a really cute camper, and so like they were out in the camper most of the year, but they have a really cute space outside, and they have a camper.
Wow.
I know,
I don't even have a camper. Good
I
for them.
know, I know. So like I haven't seen as much of them since the house got opened up, but I'm expecting them back very soon.
That's cool. That reminds me of a follow-up question I had about the birds. And because I can kind of ask it about both of them now.
Hmm.
My question is, do you have to lure the birds inside? And are you going to have to lure the fairies back, or do they just come back?
I mean, I think the fairies will just come back. The birds just come back. I don't lure the birds in at all. They just like, they come in and out as they want. I have the door open.
They're just like, this is a tree house. This is a tree.
It
I'm
is.
going to go inside the tree.
Yeah, pretty much. And every once in a while, I think that they're double checking it out. They're really trying to see if maybe they could move in, and like I'd be down for it, but I just don't know how it would really work. And then like,
I would not want to I would love to have a bird come in my house, But in terms of a bird living in my house, I would have to figure out how to manage that poop situation.
I
And I don't
know.
think it would come naturally. So,
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. The poop situation would be like a super big problem, and like them getting in and out, it'd be a big problem. But every once in a while, when one flies in, like, could I live in here? I'm like, you could. And then I'm like,
but you would have to
wait,
figure
yeah.
out your shit.
But then we both decide it's not in our best interest.
That's just kind of probably the truth. Like, y'all can love and appreciate each other as the species and individuals that you are, but that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that you have to live together.
No, it doesn't.
Ooh, okay, look, I figured out how to pin things. Bloop.
Cool. Oh, let's see. Wait, but Eileen does burn stuff in her cauldron mostly. Cool.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I've never tried. I have like a literal like mini cauldron that's like this big around. It's like a joke.
Oh,
And I do sometimes burn incense inside of it,
nice.
but mostly it's just cute.
The birds could be fairies, genocide. I agree with that. I agree with that for sure.
Yep. I think I would agree with that
Hmm.
too. Yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, me and my boyfriend started thinking about like moving. I don't know. I guess it kind of became real like within the last month, and now like thinking about actually being able to like live in a place even just with a yard. Just like let's start small, but then because I feel like all I ever let myself imagine, and I'm sure we all do this with like a lot of things, but it was just like I was always like, oh, maybe someday I'll have a place with a yard. But now it's
Yeah.
like once we just started looking, and we're finding not only yards, but like 4 to 5 acres of land with woods that is something that we could like reasonably move to in the next like 6 months to a year. I feel like I've just like literally nonstop been thinking about like how amazing it would be to just like to have a little bit of like seclusion inside of like a mass of trees. Like, I don't know. It's like the most soothing thought I could ever have, I think. So I'm very
That's
excited about how
so nice. That's
yeah.
so exciting.
I wonder like how many other people really also feel like that. Like if that's like the natural human way to feel, but there's like too many distractions or I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I think a lot of people do feel that way.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, no, birds are not real, Eileen. No, you're right. They used to be real and then Reagan replaced them. That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah, so if you see a bird, it's either a drone or one of Michelle's fairies.
Yeah, I guess technically it's either they're not fairies, they're drones, I guess. I guess that's
Well,
real.
I think a lot of people could use birds for a disguise. It can be a, multi-use disguise for drones or fairies. Who knows? I think I genuinely, truly, truly believe that cats are aliens.
Oh yeah, I do too, for sure. No, that seems like
Hell yeah.
yeah, that seems
Like,
like indisputable.
absolutely.
Like
Like, they
absolutely.
definitely are, and they, like, literally mind control people. Like,
Yes.
no offense,
No
no
offense.
offense, but you are mind controlled by your cat.
Yeah.
I've been there. I've been mind controlled by cats.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all have. But like for sure, you know that person who like they're one person and then they get a cat and you're like, dude, wake up.
This
You're
cat is
not yourself anymore, man.
You're not yourself anymore, man. This cat is changing you. It's controlling your
Dude.
life. I think
Just because they look and act like it. Yeah, I mean, I know. We're shallow like that. They look and act like aliens, so they must be aliens. You thought cats were demons. They can be a little bit demonic. Just the fact that, like, we don't have any food here that they don't throw up. Like,
whoa,
why isn't there, like, food here that cats can eat?
because aliens.
Because aliens. That's exactly right.
I just feel like cats are. they're like invasive everywhere. Not big cats, but like little cats. Like
Little cat.
specifically like house cats. They're like invasive everywhere. They like kill local wildlife and birds and all those things and like
Mhm.
for what? They're
Yeah, for
cute. I'll
what?
give them that.
Right.
But mostly I've felt manipulated by cats. I
I
feel like
mostly, yeah,
cats get into my house and they just use me. They use
they
me.
do. I read somewhere that it's especially bad if you have a litter box, because I read that like their pee, like the smell of their pee, like hypnotizes you.
I fucking believe that. And they're so disgusting. Like it's so gross.
And I
And
like cats. I just think they're in control of.
that's literally exactly how I feel.
Mhm.
Like I like you. I don't know if I respect you, but like I like you. Like I'll pet
Right.
you.
I like you. I respect the fact that I know you can totally mind control me with your fucking pee, which is like I can't do
Plus
that.
that like thing that they have in their saliva that like if they bite you it like controls your brain, toxoplasmosis or whatever.
For some
It's
reason,
real.
we feed them everything but mice. Oh yeah, no, we won't feed them mice. You're right.
That's real. That's real.
Yeah, I know. I know you love that. You look up to everything. I know, Eileen. I know. Wake up, Eileen. Wake up.
That's what they want. Are the cats aware though? Yes, I honestly feel like the answer to that question is yes, but I don't
I
know.
know, right? Ask Susan, Eileen. I know Susan's her cat. Susan's in there right now. Like, turn that show off, Eileen. That's a dumb show.
Listen, I have no disrespect for cats.
No, none at all.
I just they are winning. They are
They are
winning.
winning. Yeah, no,
We are
they're
subjugated to them fully and
winning.
completely.
That's hilarious. Would you mod Eileen actually too?
Yeah.
Cool. A dog wrote this show.
That is so funny. And also, I do feel very emotionally identified with dogs. So, I mean, that's a fair assessment.
Oh,
Whoa,
God.
genocide is
Whoa.
our mods are gonna delete each other. The beef that is forming in the chat.
The class, the ancient beef.
How are we
Goes
gonna
back to
recover from
Egypt.
this? Yes, literally. I know. I would like to. I mean, it is crazy how there's cats and dogs in all the Egyptian hieroglyphs and stuff. I really don't know shit about that, but I
Hmm.
guess I need to bulk up my knowledge if I'm going to be out here making these wild cat accusations.
All right. Because I mean, like one will just walk through like a time portal and be like, "Look, Callie," and it'll be like some human-sized Egyptian cat.
Oh my god. Well, I guess there are plenty of human-sized cats now, but like a human-sized house cat would probably be different than like a lion, just like
Yeah,
anatomically, right?
I guess so.
I
Yeah.
don't fucking know. I don't even know.
We'll have to time travel back there.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's
I
do it.
accept this mission. Ooh.
I did get like haunted on a little bit last week.
No, you
Like,
didn't. I believe it.
yeah, I did. Like, I was down in Kentucky. Best cat got it. Oh, Anubis, dog-headed god of death. Yeah.
Yes.
If my cat was my size, they would kill me. Yeah.
See, we all know this, and yet we give them the power. But yeah, that's so true. That's so true.
It's so true.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
So while I was down in Kentucky, where I like to stay, and like that place has a lot of activity in it anyway. Like that house has a lot of activity in it. Like it's kind of funny how I act like, well, I don't have that much going on around me, but anytime I go down to Kentucky, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like you can hear people talking, you can hear like doors opening and closing, right, right? Like I don't think that much about it because I'm so used to it down there. And when I this last time I was down there, I was like, you're so funny, Michelle. You act like you don't hear any of this stuff, but like this house is alive, you know? But like it in the house, it's always really cool. Nothing there has ever bothered me. And I've always kind of felt like I would get this feeling like that house was built in like the 1800s or something. So I would sometimes just feel like I was in the room with people who were like in another time. You know, like it would
Do
feel
you
like,
like feel like or yeah, describe your senses, your sensory intakes.
yeah, well, like sometimes I feel like I can feel somebody like walk by me, or like I can kind of feel somebody walk by me and they're like talking, but not to me, you know, and like every once in a while, you know, and it'll be like I can't really like when I say they're talking, it's more of like an impression, you know, that somebody's talking.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
every once in a while, I will hear somebody say a word. You know, I'll hear in that house, I'll hear like a word or whatever. And I don't think that much about it because of just like, it doesn't feel funny. It doesn't feel bad. It feels really natural in that house. And it's only like later when I look back on it, I'm like, oh, like kind of glamored all the time when you're in there. Cause I'll know nobody's there and I'll hear like footsteps in the attic or I'll hear a door close in the other room. And I don't respond to it at all. I'm like, oh, whatever, you know, the other people are here or whatever. So, and I got a lot of altars in that place and all kinds of magical stuff happens in that house. I love it. Right. So, but there's another place there in town that's storage. Like I have some of my stuff in storage and it's over my friend's restaurant, but like you can't get to this place from the restaurant. Like it's over the restaurant, but you can only get to it from the
Separate entrance.
yeah, separate entrance. And it's an old like flop house or something. Have you heard me talk about this place before?
I know I've heard you talk about this place before because I know what you're talking about, but I don't know if I've ever heard you describe it as a flop
Okay.
house, or I don't remember that part of it.
Right. I mean, I kind of like it. I mean, like it has a countertop and a bunch of keys, like hotel keys, and a sign that says, you know, like says $50 a night. So it couldn't be that old, really.
Mhm.
But anyway, there's a bunch of different rooms, and it's totally blighted. Like the plaster's falling in. You know, there's no wiring, there's no lights, there's no, you know, none of that. Um, the floor is all crooked, but there's all these different rooms, and some of them have bathrooms in them, and some of them only have a sink. And there's like this all fell apart like kitchen that has different table settings. Like you can kind of tell that like somebody made meals for like more than one family, you know, right? Because there's like
Okay.
different tabletops, you know, like maybe like 5 tables. It's not a huge place, but anyway. So all this stuff is up there, and way in the back room is where my storage is. And like, I don't have very much stuff left up there. I put it up there a couple years ago when I moved out of my studio space down there. Anyway, so it's been up there for a couple of years. Every few months, I go up there, I get some stuff. I love that space. I have loved
Mhm.
that space since I first went in there like almost 20 years ago. I think that place is beautiful, right? And I always love to go up there. I love to just kind of poke around, see what else is going, if anything's happened recently, you know, like whatever. I've never been scared. I never felt any kind of movement of any kind up there, right? And like right down the street at my friend's house, I feel all of that interaction. But in this place, in all these years, I've never felt anything up there. And I usually like to go like when the restaurant's closed too, when nobody's going to be around, just so I don't have to explain like who I am. Like if I run into somebody and they're like, "What are you doing up there?" You know, like I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be,
Yes.
I'm your boss's friend and it's cool and like whatever,
Yeah, I feel that.
right? All right. So, so same deal this time, but I'm just saying, like, I do the same thing, right? So, but this time I walk in, I open the back door, and there's sunlight coming down the hallway. And I see this point like of sunlight like hit in front of this door and kind of make this like rainbow prism kind of thing. And then it goes into the room. But like I'm like, did I just see that? And like it was weird because like I kind of didn't want to go, and I always want to go. Like I like this place, and I was like, maybe I'll just get the rest of my stuff that's up there because I don't really have much up there anymore or whatever. But I didn't want to go. And when I saw that thing, I was like, did I really just see that? And I'm like, God, I don't want to go past that room, but I did it like anyway. So I walk past it and I can see it out of the corner of my eye. It's this like it's like pastel colored light, like kind of like scratchy energy being. And like I can see that out of the corner of my eye in this pitch black freaking room. And I can't explain it, but I feel this like it's like something goes near, and like my like brain, my whole kind of like brain or body has this like feeling like that. And then I'm
No.
yeah, and I'm like, oh fuck. And I go past it and I've totally got the creeps, I'm like, shit. Cause now I'm like on the other side of it. I'm gonna have to go past it to get out. But I go in the back room where my stuff is, and it's like daylight, even though it's like an overcast day, there's like still like sun coming through that window or whatever. So but it is overcast, so it's a little extra dark. But anyway, it's also nice in there. It's nice in this little room. It's the way it always feels. And I'm like, it'll be fine. Just get the rest of your stuff that's here. You'll be fine, Michelle. That probably did not really just happen or whatever, right? So I get some boxes and I walk back by it, and I see it again out of the corner of my eye, and like in this pitch black fucking room and these squiggly lights, and I feel them, and I'm like kind of an electric shock in a way. And I'm like, oh fuck. And I put the stuff down at the end of the hallway, and I'm like, I don't want to go back really, but at the same time, like now I've just got it in my head that there's these things that I want for my storage, and I just want to get it. And I'm like, you were gonna get the rest of your stuff. Just get it, Michelle. Oh my God. So like I don't know why I should have just left. But I didn't. I went back by it. Same deal. And then I was like, fuck. So I stacked all the stuff I was going to take, at the edge of it. So I wouldn't have to like, I don't know, whatever. Like, so I wouldn't have to keep crossing it, I guess.
Yeah.
Even though then I just wound up standing there. But anyway, whatever.
Oh.
I know it was so crazy. And then I was like, oh my God, you can't get it. There was not really that much stuff, but I'm like, you can't keep crossing. Like, even what are you going to do? It's going to be there at the edge. You're still going to have to cross it so many times, or whatever. You just got to take this stuff and go. So I got my stuff on the edge, and I was like, oh, fuck. And so like, I just like stood in it and like put my stuff and I was like kind of mirror, like the whole time. And then I took it down the end of the hall, and then like the rest of the time I was in there, like it was like on my back, that creepy feeling.
Yes.
When something's like, get out.
Ah!
That's how
The way that you just said that was so scary.
It didn't say that to me. It didn't say
but
that.
you felt the vibe.
I did. And I was like, I'm hearing you, man. I'm hearing you. Trust me. Like, I'm out of here. And so like, it kind of like, it saw me all the way out. And then I had to keep kind of taking stuff out. And it was just like, I don't know, whatever. I'm never going up there by myself again. And I did not get all of my stuff. And I've been going up there by myself like my stuff has only been up there for a couple of years, but I've been going upstairs to that place by myself for almost 20 years. I feel
that is the vibe. That's so creepy.
I know, right? I know. And the other thing, when I went back I was back in the back room where my stuff was, getting like the last little thing where I'm like, you can't handle this. You got to get out of here. I looked over and there was a book laying on the like the radiator, like the old radiator, which doesn't work in this room. There's a book laying on it. It's not my book, okay, but it's next to my stuff.
Has it been there the whole time, or did it just get there?
That's what I was like please tell me, like, have I seen this book before? Did I laugh about the cover of this book before? Like, right? Please tell me I did. But like, I can't remember. All I can tell you is it was laying on the radiator covered in dust. If it was there a couple of months ago, I definitely didn't touch it. But the title of the book it was an old like pulp novel, like, like old
Yes.
paperback pulp novel titled Focus on Murder. Focus on Murder. And I was like, oh my God,
What?
no. I know. I was like,
That's freaky. You
it
need like
kind of
a
made me
ghost
laugh
hunter
out
to
loud.
go.
Wait, what?
I was saying you need like a ghost hunter to go in there and identify the spirit because maybe they were murdered and they need you to come help them. So they're like, focus on murder.
I know. They're like my murder.
Like
I
my murder specifically.
Yeah, like I did not take it that way at that moment. I was like, I'm pretty sure I laughed out loud and was like, okay, I'm, I'm leaving.
Oh my God. Oh, you think that they were just like, no, if you don't leave, I'm going to murder you.
Yeah, something like maybe they murder, right? Or it's just like, haha, I'm a scary ghost.
Okay, yeah, we get it. But it's like, why would you show up like as a rainbow prism if you're scary? Because that's like a really like
like,
friendly, nice.
like pastel rainbow, like squiggle prism, like energy prism.
You would. That's kind of like a little misleading.
I
Like
know.
maybe they not just. Maybe they want to murder someone with stuff in the way.
Maybe they do.
Like,
That's
Michelle, I wanted to use this corner to make a writing desk, and you were taking my space up the whole time.
it's something like that, probably.
Well, I'm glad that you made it out alive and safe.
It is like an 80s design. Yeah, thank you. No, thank you. I was like, I can't believe that just happened. And it's just, I don't know. It's so funny because like I don't know, I'm just so used to that space. But it is kind of a scary space. I think a lot of other people would be scared in it. I'm like, I don't scare very easily, even though this time, fuck this thing.
You were scared.
I was scared. This time I was definitely scared. Even though, like, and and you can see, I'm like, I'll just get my stuff anyway. Like, you can kind of see how I am just from saying that. Like, just that's kind of my MO. Like, well, it's a little weird, but it'll be okay. This time I was like, get the fuck out, Michelle. Like, this thing told you, focus on murder.
Like, wow, I guess they're direct.
I guess so.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Just throw so much
Yeah.
glitter, yeah. Be easier to
Perfect.
see.
Yeah, you'll be able to identify. But that's not really the good idea because you can't ever clean up glitter. Once you bring glitter into the situation, you got glitter in your situation until you die.
Until you die. You got glitter in your situation, like over the between the veil. You got glitter on
Yeah,
the
after you die, not only till you die, also after you die, bringing it into the ether.
veil.
That is so scary. Yeah, I've been thinking like I was thinking if you build like a new house, do you have to like bring your own ghosts? Like, or like if you build a new place, does it just like come unhaunted? Because I feel like I wouldn't even want to live in like an unhaunted place. Like, that would feel like I don't think, I think I'm just so used to living in places with like so much
Yeah.
like static residual energy that if I moved into a place, it would be like sleeping without a fan on, you know?
I bet they'll come. I bet they'll show up.
I hope so. I
Yeah.
hope so. Or I can bring some of the ones from my apartment with me.
Hmm.
Say
Yeah.
you're invited to come wherever we wind up.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you.
Thank you. I'm excited too. Yes,
It's strippers.
strippers will know that you cannot get glitter off of anything. And anybody in New Orleans who does Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
And Michelle,
And me. Yeah.
glitter queen of St. Louis.
Yeah. Once I get, and and then once I get it on, I've got it on for a few days. And like, I don't know, just every once in a while, I'll see it on some of my stuff. It's always around.
Yeah, and honestly, like if that's your lifestyle, like that's good. Like I wouldn't really mind if I had glitter everywhere. It's as good as gas. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Wow.
Mm. Yeah, that was my big excitement for the week was getting haunted on.
Yeah, that is very exciting and very creepy. I mean, I guess the veil is probably on its way to, I mean, residual Halloween stuff, I guess.
I guess so, but there too, like there you go, Callie. I mean, that ghost like came along from somewhere. It wasn't up there before, so there you
True.
go.
True.
Your new place, it'll come along from somewhere.
Yeah, that one just shot like a beam out of the sky.
Yeah,
That's the attitude you have to have about glitter. Bless you.
but it's a great
Isn't
attitude.
tight. Yeah. If you gotta smile to see it on your floor, otherwise you'll never make it. You'll never make it in this crazy world of glitter.
It's the truth. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's wild. I definitely don't have anything that crazy that's been happening.
No, that's the most crazy.
No, I do think I went to this nature trail the other day and I saw like 30 armadillos.
Oh,
I
really?
saw so many armadillos and I had never seen armadillos in the wild before. So
Wow.
it was very cool. So many. If you ever come back down here, I'll take you to the nature trail. It's like they wrote about it in Anti Gravity. It's like this trail that leads to these old like military bunkers that used to be weapons storage, but like before then it was like a free black settlement and the US government wound up like taking the land from them as they do and then just turning it into these big bunkers that are now abandoned for like weapons.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, and there's like a whole anti-gravity article about it and it was really wild going out there and seeing it.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be back down there for sure.
Yeah. Seeing an armadillo in the wild is wild. Oh gosh. I hope not. That sounds wild. Okay, but theoretically I feel like it would take a lot longer uh if somebody was like murdered recently, like it would take them longer to become like a prism in the sky, like shoot back down, you know? That sounds like a scary, advanced, old soul or like interdimensional being.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how any of that works. Yeah, but like, yeah, maybe so. Focus on murder. My murder.
Yeah, my murder. Oh my gosh, no. Deer in the wild is my scare. Honestly, deer are the scariest to me because I love deer, but I'm terrified of driving anywhere where
Mm.
there's deer. I just like grew up in upstate New York and it's like no, deer is like the most terrifying thing I could ever imagine seeing. I mean, walking, yeah, that would be nice, but if I'm like driving on a road and see a deer, I'm like, "Oh, I'm scared."
Because they might run out.
Yeah, just because of
Yeah.
like getting in an accident with a deer.
Yeah,
So
that's super
horrible.
scary. Yeah, I've never had that happen.
I have not either, knock on wood for both of us,
Yeah.
but I just see it's all around me, you know?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I forget about it sometimes, and every once in a while I'll be reminded. And I'm like, God, don't forget how terrible it would be to hit a deer.
'Cause they just don't make any effort to, like, avoid or de-escalate the situation. They, like, see you coming and they're just like
They're just like, oh no.
yeah, they're just like, "Oh, you want me to stay right here?" And then everybody dies.
Um,
Oh, yeah, that's because if you see a deer on the road, you know there's a totaled car somewhere else too, and hopefully not a dead person as well.
oh, mm.
That shit's fucked. That shit's
Yeah,
fucked.
right.
But yeah, seeing armadillos in the wild, back to armadillos, they're so cute. They look
Uh-huh.
like a rabbit wearing like stone armor, and they have like little snoots, and like there's like all they do is like walk around and like dig for bugs, and there's so many like armadillo snoot shaped holes in the ground. And it's just like very, very cute. They're so
Aw.
little. They're so little and cute, and they look like they have like they got real like prehistoric feet, you know? Like you look at their feet and you're just like, that's the kind of feet that a dinosaur would have, you know? Like you guys are like little. There's a lot of creatures down here though that I'm like, you're a dinosaur. Like every time I see an
Oh,
alligator, I'm like,
you're a dinosaur.
you are literally a dinosaur. These birds we got down here, dinosaurs.
Right. Mm-hmm. I believe it.
Yeah, it just stayed alive. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, elk are beautiful. So beautiful.
Twice as big of a deer. So then is a moose like 3 times the size of a deer?
It's a good question. Moose are
Chickens
huge.
moose are huge. Chickens are dinosaurs. Yeah, we have
Mhm.
these crazy looking like ducks in the parks down here too that look like genuine dinosaurs, like their skin. Do you know the ones I'm talking about, Michelle? Like they have them in like Audubon Park, like these ducks that have like just this crazy skin texture on them, like not feathers. Like a lot of them are not feathers. They have like almost like lizard skin on these ducks. They look like dinosaurs.
Whoa.
Yeah, if not 4 times as big. The moose. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, moose are huge.
Moose will fuck you up too.
I believe that. I totally believe that.
Yeah, we saw like when I was staying in Vermont, we had this like little bear that would come all the time and get in the trash. And I was scared because like if a little bear is coming to like mess with the trash, that means there's like a big bear around too. And the people whose house we were staying at were just like, "Why are you scared of a bear when you have alligators down there?" And I was like, "'Cause bears are fucking huge and will fuck you up." Like, why wouldn't I be scared of a bear? Why aren't you scared of the bear?
Right.
I feel like we should
Plus,
all be scared of the bears.
and I'll be scared of the bears, and especially like little bears always a trick.
Literally.
Don't ever fall for a little bear.
I won't. That's what my all my family when we told them we saw because what happened, I wasn't even home, I don't think. It was like my boyfriend was there with the dog and let the dog out and like Chevy like went and ran up to the bear, of course. This like baby bear in the trash can and then my boyfriend like called him back. He came back. But then we told like 3 members of my family separate from each other and every person was like, where there's a little bear, there's a mama bear. I was like, I didn't know everybody knew this phrase, but it is true. It's very true.
Everybody knows there's no baby bears out there by themselves.
No, there's a little bear, there's the mama bear right behind the little bear.
Right.
Yeah.
Because little bears are cute.
Yeah, but they're like you said, it's a trick, it's a trap.
It's so trap.
It's a trick and a trap, and I will not fall for it.
Oh my god. Good for you.
Wow. Well, I bet there's bears closer to you than you think then, genocide.
Oh yeah,
Because if
for
there's bears 5 miles away, bears walk farther than that.
was
Oh yes, I did see that. Well, it was like, oh, I remember. Wait, are you talking about the one genocide that was like the woman on her like back porch and like the dogs are barking and there's like a bear like on top of their like they have like a stone fence and the bear is on top of it and this woman comes out and like grabs her dog and then like pushes the bear like off the side of the fucking fence.
what? Really?
Yes, people are crazy for their dogs. I mean, I would
Yeah,
probably
it's
do
like
that
that
for my
lady.
dog.
Oh my god, that's like, but that's like one of those people who gets the extra strength because like your baby is trapped in a car, like your Pomeranian is in the reach of a bear, and all of a sudden you're like, "I'll take you out, bear."
Yes, and then they do. And also they do. Yeah, they win against the bear. Yeah,
That's wild. That's
yes.
wild.
That lady was absolutely insane, but also I am that lady. And then it kind of brings a full circle because I'm like, maybe my dog has poisoned my brain and I'm very overly loyal to my dog.
Yeah, it's dogs could be brainwashing too.
I guess there is this attitude that bears are things you can just scare away. I'm not so sure about
Right,
that. I definitely wouldn't bet that I could like scare a bear away if I was
right.
like facing a bear. I'm glad there's not bears down here. When I think about like moving to the woods, I'm like, I don't got shit to worry about except for like a cow that got away. And I would love to see a cow and pet a cow. Like
Yeah.
come on over to my yard, come into my house.
They like that kind of thing too. Cows like people.
And I them.
Mm-hmm.
I love cows. That would be like the dream eventually. Oh, R.I.P. Cooper. He sounds amazing. He
Oh,
was a Chihuahua. I would love to see a Chihuahua take a bear. They really do think they can do anything.
I could see a Chihuahua take a bear though, just because of that attitude. You know, the bear would be like, "Damn, okay,
Yeah, the bear.
bye."
Yes, literally. Bear would just be like, okay, well, fuck this. This is annoying as shit, and I'm fucking leaving.
Shit. The bear's like, "Are you gonna stop barking?" The Chihuahua's like, "No."
No, absolutely not. I'm on a mission to destroy the vibe.
I've heard this about the bells too. I mean, I think that like if they don't want to tangle with you, they'll walk away, or it's a certain type of bear. I don't think it always works though, but I've
I'm
heard.
like, would you really risk that? I'm not risking it. I wouldn't be carrying Christmas bells and feeling a sense of safety if I was near a bear.
I have heard this though. Like you put them on your, so you're walking and you've got they can hear the bell, so they don't cross paths with you on purpose, like so they can stay out of your way.
Well, I appreciate the hospitable behavior, but I don't know, like
Black bears, yeah, black bears.
what about like a grizzly bear?
Yeah,
Like
see, this is different. And didn't they like find too that like bears used to like, I don't know, that it changed kind of the way bears are acting with people kind of changed. Like they saw like some bears had like killed some people but had taken their clothes off of them, had like ripped their clothes off, like as if it was like another animal or something. I don't know. I'm not getting the story very well right.
no, I bet they stole the clothes so that they could disguise
You're
themselves as humans
right.
and
You're right.
infiltrate society. And that's why Joe Biden got elected.
Totally. There's just a bunch of bears sitting in a cafe, and when you're like, "Hey, aren't you a couple of bears?" They're like, "Excuse you. We are a nice American family."
Yes. Yes. That's exactly what happened. We're gonna expose these fucking animals,
It's
okay?
fucking animals.
Bears, cats, Dogs, nobody is safe from our investigative lens.
Secret Antenna is going to expose all of you.
Cats, aliens, bears, humans, dogs. I don't know yet. Are we bears? The moderators are the bears.
Oh no.
Wait, Genocide, that's wild that you just told the bear to leave and the bear left.
Whoa.
I wouldn't trust a bear that much. And maybe my lack of trust, the bear would flag that and then attack me. So maybe I'm bringing it on myself. They would be like, if you just trusted us, we wouldn't have had to do this to you.
Doesn't seem right though. Like I don't know. I don't think you should have to trust something and blindly for it not to hurt you. I don't know. I'm not on the side of the bears with that.
Absolutely.
Right.
I've been told I'm a bear, but I don't know. Are you Genocide? Okay, I'm gonna plug our Patreon in the chat.
Yeah, because we are putting up be some other behind the scenes conversations that we're having about episodes, which we're going to do more of. That's been pretty cool.
Yeah, we just did our first one recently and it was really cute. And there's a new theme song you can hear only on Patreon.
It's so good. I love our theme songs, both of
I
them.
know. We'll have like a little theme song. Well, there's 3 now at this point because we had our first one too.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so now we have a Patreon only theme song that goes with our behind the scenes conversations and whatever else we're going to do around those parts. We just know we're doing more stuff like these live streams. We're going to figure this out. So like eventually it'll be easier for somehow we'll be able to just go on like all the other kids do through their like a live stream.
I know. I can't figure out how to do it with a link ahead of time. I don't know. I'll get to the bottom of it. We'll get there.
We'll get there. We're gonna record soon.
Yes.
Probably a cut. We're gonna do like a MK Ultra for Beginners reboot, and then we're gonna do at least one probably adjacent MK Ultra because I want to talk about Program to Kill.
Yes. Look at how many notes you have.
Look at all my little notes.
Oh.
I go back through them. I go back through it and then like I look at what I noted and then that's how I start kind of making an outline. So I don't know.
That makes sense. You put so much work into it. I respect that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And this one, like too, like this book is really good. Like I love Dave McGowan. I love all these stories or whatever. But this is also like this is also just pretty much just like true crime, which is not really our like like I want to
There's just crossover though. There's just crossover inevitably because so many people who people who are murdered by the government, that could be true crime as a narrative,
Absolutely.
And like every story we tell has like involves that because Genocide, it's you. Thanks, Genocide. That's so exciting. Well, let us know what you think of our little episode that we made. Anyways, yeah, people be getting murdered, and I guess that's true crime. I guess that's what the kids are calling true crime nowadays.
It is, and there is a lot of crossover, and I think there's a lot to talk about in terms of just the invention of the serial killer and the invention really of true crime as a genre, and what that all kind of comes down to, which is what like Dave McGowan is getting at in that book. I mean, when we think that like there's just these crazy people are out there, these crazy serial killers are out there, we're willing to, I don't give up a lot of rights, you know,
Yeah.
when we think something unpredictable is out there and something incomprehensible is out there. And I think the question then becomes like, what if it is incomprehensible? Like, what if it isn't? What if this whole idea that what you think of as this maniac is not really real? You know, and that's kind of where that book takes us. And so like, yeah, I don't know. There's definitely lots of true crime crossover with that. I think he has a pretty good point. And especially like, it's pretty new. Like serial killers are pretty new. And like, if you think of like Jack the Ripper, for which that's like Britain or whatever, for the longest time after the invention of the serial killer, like the people in, you know, in the UK or whatever, they're like, we don't have that here. Like Jack the Ripper was not that. Like for the longest time, people didn't even want to call Jack the Ripper that, because they're like, these other countries are like, we don't have that or whatever. I think it's fascinating. And I think it's definitely this like, this subject that came out of America. And I think that there's a possibility that the Americans created it. Just
Wow.
so yeah.
I mean, they've created a
Where you
lot of
thrive.
things.
They've created a lot of things, you know. So, and I mean, I think there's something to it. I think there's something to what Dave McGowan is saying. I mean, I feel like that with like big shootings and stuff too. Like, I think some of that stuff is totally just organic and real, and that's what happened. And I think other times I'm like, unless you were programmed to kill, you know, like,
I mean, that's what we're gonna talk about in that episode. I think that I mean, I just remember from talking about it last time, um, and MK Ultra having a hand in like the Unabomber and Charles Manson and all these
probably,
things. Yeah, allegedly or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, it just makes. I mean, it makes sense like in context, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the biggest thing. The more you read into like, you know, like at first his premise in this book, you might be like, wow, that's pretty crazy. But once you start reading, you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then I always go and check, you know, other places to see if I can get that information from other places too before we report on it in Secret Antenna. But yeah, when you start putting when there's so many overlapping anomalies, you know, every case has kind of the same set of overlapping anomalies, you know, that shouldn't really be in any of the cases, you know, like it starts to just be redundant and seems really clear that something else is going on. So, and just the idea too that like people with power wouldn't have any reason to create that kind of like fear and confusion among us. They would.
Yeah,
They,
absolutely.
you know, they do in so many ways. They get to pass all these kind of crazy laws. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
mhm.
Stupid government.
Stupid government.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, coming soon
coming
to
soon.
the uploads near you.
And this is another book I'd like us to do, The Devil's Chessboard.
Ooh, what's that? Oh, I see
Mhm.
Dulles on there.
Yeah, it's Alan Dulles, the CIA, and the Rise of America's Secret Government. I haven't read this, but I would like to start it. I'd
That
like to.
looks like a big one.
It is a big one, but I bet it's a good one.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
think
I can get an audiobook of it.
was somebody going to give you a free copy of this? I thought.
Oh, yeah. I think that is true. owe me stuff and I gotta come collect. I gotta come
Yeah,
collect my shit.
you should. And then you could get it on audio too. And then you'd have both. If somebody's going to give you a copy, you can be able to listen to it and then take notes in it. Because I realize I kind of want books both now.
Yeah, because you
You
like to
know?
write in your books and take notes.
Yeah. Like I kind of, there's like, but I love on like a book that's like an electronic book that I can type a search word in and it'll find it in the whole, like there's some really good reason to have electronic books too.
Yeah, definitely. I've
Oh, it's
never done
cool.
Okay, cool. I've never done like a Kindle or like a ebook really, you know?
Yeah.
I just like if I'm gonna read it with my eyes, I really like holding
Yeah.
the book and
Yeah.
flipping the pages.
Good point. I
That's
know.
just me. That's just
No.
me.
I want all of them. When I buy a book, I think I should get a physical book, an electronic copy, and an audio book. I want all of them.
And somebody to read it to me as
I
if the
know.
audiobook is.
I stopped there with the
And somebody to make me dinner while I read it.
yeah,
And somebody to tuck me in when I'm sleepy from reading it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
You deserve it. You
We
deserve
just
all those things.
all right, Callie. Well, I is that our live stream for tonight? It might
I
be.
feel good, yeah.
Yeah.
I
All
feel good.
right. Sweet.
What a
Thanks
good
for.
stream.
Yeah, it went really fast, didn't
I
it?
know.
We
Thanks,
talked about.
Genocide and Eileen, for
Yeah.
keeping the chat going this whole time. It's
Yeah,
nice to chat with y'all and hang out.
we'll be here more, and the more we're here, the more people we'll have in chat for you to talk to.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, in time, all things grow, but I had a really nice time tonight, so.
Me too. All right, Callie. All right, everybody. We will talk soon. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.